All right, folks, I'm Will Roberts, and this is my audition tape. Now, I wish I could be there, but I just got back from Texas. I travel around the world speaking to folks and spinning my rope, pretty much like Will did. I'm considered a modern-day Will Rogers because, well, I'm a political and social humorist, and my website, which you would see, willsays.com. I'm syndicated on 35 different stations around the United States, and we're picking up speed. And I get the right and the left on there, right wing, left wing, and I'm just the chicken wing. Anyway, my book, which you might see, which I think I sent you, is called The Crackpot's Potshot on American Politics. And if you look in the beginning, you'll see that it's endorsed by a woman by the name of Doris Koch Meyer, who's a good friend of mine. She's a young lady of 93 years old. She's the only living relative of Will Rogers that met him. I know Jennifer Rogers and all those folks in Claremore and in California. But anyway, fact is that this is my audition tape, and stuff that you may or may not know I'll put in here because this is an audition. Let's see, I worked for Cirque du Soleil for the last 4 years. I'm literally one of the top 5 trick ropers and gun spinners in the country. And let's see what else. Just featured recently on the Westerns channel, AMC Western channel, featuring me, what I do. Also, as a matter of fact, this is not really a well-known secret yet. It'll be out, but probably by the time you do your show, it'll be out, and hopefully I'll be in it. But I was asked to come to Calgary. If you know anything about cowboys, Calgary Stampede is the biggest rodeo. It's not American, but anyway, basically they're doing a statue about 50 feet high, and the very well-known sculptor has asked me, and I've already done some of the work, to be the model for the American trick roper. So anyway, that's kind of a neat little thing. So I'm just going to kind of do my thing, and let's see what we can come up with. All right, so this is the fun part. This is the part where we do a little bit of roping, a little bit of singing, a little bit of, well, who knows what, okay? So again, I travel around the world, and as I travel around the world, I like to bring my rope, I spin it. Let me get rid of my hat. I like to spin my rope and come up with some things, a little bit of humor with my rope. Now, I will tell you that I've been spinning it for quite some time. Matter of fact, a long time. And I remember when I first told my parents that I was going to spin a rope. Of course, they weren't real happy with that. But I continued to do it. Because as a kid, I tied some knots. I learned to make a loop. Spun it horizontal to the ground. Practiced lasso in the fence post, and most anything I found. I even roped my sisters if they dare to come around. This pastime was my solitary skill, and people asked, what will become of Will? So I told them, give a man enough rope, give a man enough rope, and he can hang himself or not. That is the choice that he has got. He could wind up hanging down from a tree, or he could spin himself alive. That's what happened to me. Give a man enough rope, give a man enough rope. You hand 2 guys a pile of dough, one spends it fast, one spends it slow. You make the choice, up to you what you do. This fact ain't much, but through it I've met kings and queens, and I got to meet you. Wait a second now. So here's the deal. You know how the rest of the song goes, but I spend my time roaming around the world, and everywhere I go, this is the truth, I try to create a new trick. Doesn't matter where I go. San Francisco, California, New York City, doesn't matter. So let me show you a couple of them, okay? Hang tight. This one right here is called the flat loop. The most amazing thing about this trick is, well, you paid good money to see it. Well, you didn't. You're actually getting it for free. I'll bill you. Anyhow, this next one's called the wedding ring. I guess it's because I'm kind of like married to the ring. But I guess if this is the wedding ring, then that's a divorce. Now, here we go. I moved from Las Vegas to Los Angeles, Los Cause. And now, of course, we all know marriages and divorces in Los Angeles. This is called the Hollywood wedding ring. Goes like this. Ready? On, off. But wait a second. No one beats them like Las Vegas. I lived there. I know how it is. It goes like this. This is the Las Vegas wedding ring. Come around. Yeah, on, off, on, off, on, off. I could do this all day, because they do, per capita. All right? So here's one. I'm just going to end this one. Oh, wait, I like this one here. It's a good one. This is called, I learned this in Washington, D.C. My radio show is a hop, skip, and a bump away from the White House. This is called the Republican and Democratic Handshake. Goes like this. Handshake in the front, who knows what's happening in the back? Handshake in the front, who knows what's happening in the back? All right, finally, my last one. I like this one. It's one of my favorite. Oh, wait. I got one for where you folks are at. Recently, I added this one because of our friend Chris Christie. He's a good guy, but listen, he's having a hard time bridging that gap, so to speak. Let's build this. This is called, wait a second, that right there, that's to show you I'm human. Yeah. All right, it goes like this. Ready? This is called the Chris Christie. It goes like this. Here it is. Ha. Oh. I'm kidding you. All right, I hope you're not a big fan of Mr. Christie. All right, last one but not least. I like this one, see, because as I travel around and I read of course, Will said all I know is what I read in the newspaper, and I say all I know is what I read on the internet, and Facebook, and Instagram, yeah, anyway, a lot of them. But anyway, Congress is what I call the class clowns, you know. They're always kind of putting some out, and by the way, they get paid well, like clowns, to be able to run around and do what they do, which, by the way, we haven't figured out what that is yet. But this is called, this rope trick, I like this one, trick rope, is called Congress. Watch carefully and learn. Wait, way too organized. There it is. There it is. That's it. It doesn't do much. Well, there it is. So, you know, I kind of make these up wherever I go. 75% of the show I do normally is made up. That might have looked like it anyway. But here's some other things you might want to know. If I'm cast, of course I'm just campaigning here, because that's what I like to do best is campaign. Anyway, number one is you don't need, and I might have said this already, you don't need an Act 2 roper. I can actually do my act that I did in Cirque du Soleil, like it, and the cool thing is I'm one of the only 2 trick ropers that does fire ropes, so nobody can give you that. Number 2 is you can put in the information, former Cirque du Soleil, you know, trick roper. I've received a Lifetime Achievement Award here recently from a cowboy organization. There are a couple of good things that, I don't know, might draw some tickets in. Third thing is that I taught the girls and the guys in Cirque when we were doing our show how to do some trick roping. I have a special rope that I do that allows the chorus members to be able to, so I can do that. Third thing is I'm actually one of the best gun spinners as well. This is what I do. So, you know that whole Wild West section? It's possible to actually show someone, I got it right there. Anyway, it's possible to show someone how to do some of this stuff, which would kind of help in regards to the Wild West show, unless you get some dogs you're planning on getting, which, by the way, I know are very expensive, because I know the dogs they used on Broadway. Anyway, so that's it, you know, pretty much it. Really appreciate your time. Oh, yeah. So, the thing that I really want to bring home to you folks here is I don't just do this because I run around, and I don't do Will's material. I do my own because I'm a political and social humorist. It's the idea, it's the philosophy. Because, you know, the problem that we're having right now in our country, in our world, is that we're going through what I call an uncivil war. You know, all the folks out there are wondering if anybody's watching their back. And in the meantime, we got, you know, folks like Congress and Washington putting the kick me on the backs of Americans. And it's just something I wish that folks would spend a little more time trying to work together. Like I said, not right wing, not left wing, more like chicken wing. Because everybody likes a chicken wing. The other thing I wanted to let you know is that, again, this comes from my heart to do this because I run around and I've been doing this for a long time. I've talked to the folks in Claremore and said, you know, we got to get out there and tell folks about what Will did. And most folks don't know who Will Rogers was. And I'm thanking you, regardless if you cast me or not, for doing this show because it's a great show. First of all, it's very entertaining. But second of all, you know, it is about people. It's all about the people that are in our country and our world, and giving, whether it's income equality or it happens to be about voting rights or whatever it is. Folks need someone to, you know, bring that common thread together. And I'm afraid right now you can't really get that vote unless you have enough money. So, you know, I hope that you all have much success with your show, and I hope I'm one of the reasons why you do it. Never met a man I didn't like. By the way, I say human. Never met a man I didn't like, highfalutin gent or Barry bum. Yes, I've come a long way down the pike. Never met a man I didn't like. In all of my wandering, I bumped into all kinds of people. Fancy cinema stars, fake evangelists, politicians, morticians, and I have reached the conclusion while hiking the pike. Yes, I'll say it till I'm done. No, I never met one that I didn't like. I said I roamed along the Napa Valley, Schubert Alley, and Rue de la Page, and Oklahoma and Kalamazoo. And I have reached the conclusion while hiking the pike. Yes, I'll say it till I'm done. No, I never met one that I didn't like. Well, that's it. That's enough. I either can or I can't in your eyes. So I hope you all have a good day. I hope you have a good life, and I hope I'm part of that. All right? Thanks. See you later.
Look around, the world's a lovely sight, lovely sky and sea, well, it used to be. Look around, the world is shining bright, and watch the green grass grow, well, that once was so. Where's the spring that loves the rain? Where's the glow down Lover's Lane? Look around, they vanish overnight, and when I recall what used to be, I'm weeping like a weeping willow tree. Just look around, you'll see a memory. Ooh, close the open skies, the view clear to the horizon. Had to throw that in because I kind of went to the end. All right, thanks, folks.